Turn the mic on. Nice. It's Inferno. That's going to be the last map of this best of 3 series. It's all wide open now as far as I am concerned. Seen great things from Avangar on Inferno and from Ninjas in Pajamas. We spoke about the form of NiP, but Avangar are a strong team as well, and I think that now they have a chance to prove that. You know, they did a good job to get a nice lead on Train. I keep wanting to call it Nuke for some reason. They got a nice lead. They kind of threw it away with those overtimes, but now they've got a chance to take the whole damn thing.
It's a very back and forth match, very close. Both teams are having really nice rounds. Avangar more on the slow side, leading with Jamie, with the AWP a lot of times. And I would like to see a little bit of a variance from Avangar. Maybe go a little faster, maybe try something a little different. Because half the time is just sitting back, waiting for a pick. And then eventually NiP kind of feel it out, and they're adjusting very nicely. It's just... I thought that NiP would have won that map on Train if they would have hit a couple of those key kills or shots on some of those takes.
Yeah, maybe they would have. And again, both these teams are playing for a place at LAN at the finals in London, the SSE Arena. ECS.faceit.com is where you can pick up the tickets. Can we get an overlay, please, for these tickets? Production, where's the overlay at? Come on. Press the buttons, help us out here. We're a team. Thank you very much. There we go. SSE Arena in Wembley, the 8th and 9th of June 2019, ECS Season 7 Finals. Student discounts are available as well, so look up that information on the website at ECS on Twitter if you have any questions about that. So, as I understand it, whoever wins this isn't guaranteed a spot just yet. That part next week will have a part to do with that, but they will kind of stop the other person from being able to make it there. So it's like gatekeeping territory, which is always good and nice and salty as well. So Inferno, I mean, are you guys still favoring Ninjas in Pajamas at this point?
Yeah, I still favor. I think they're obviously a team with more experience, and when they can turn it on, when they want to win, they're a force to be reckoned with. But then again, they slipped up a little bit on Train. Can they bring out Inferno? Inferno's usually harder for Oppers to pick off, so Jamie might have a problem. But as you said earlier in the show about the run boosts and whatnot, a map like Inferno, you could do it in Banana, you could do it in Team Middle, and I like to see that from Jamie because they can maneuver.
I think as well that NiP will win this one. I think consistently across the series they've shown to me to be the better team. Although it is very slight, I think that Inferno is a map that where the slow playstyle NiP play against that really well, and they themselves can play a slow playstyle, and that seems to be Avangar's go-to is just play it really slow. And because NiP will be so comfortable with that, I don't really have any worries that they'll have a hard time here. I mean, it's always going to be a close match. We knew from the get-go it'd be a close match, but
you sound confident for Inferno.
Yeah, I think, to be honest though, for every map except Dust 2, I was super confident for NiP. I thought that the previous map would have been more successful, honestly.
And also Sanji kind of coming alive a little bit towards the end of the Train. I think he's going to be one of the big impacts for Avangar if they want to beat NiP. We got to see more of Sanji because Kikort, he's hitting shots, getting lots of kills. Everyone else on Avangar is holding their own for a little bit. Sanjay, just not as much on, at least on the first map, starting to pick up on Train. Let's see if he could be that star power that he could be on Inferno.
Dust 2 feels like it was so long ago now.
It does.
It really does. And again, just seeing the adjustment from Ninjas in Pajamas on that map was pretty cool. I wonder how they can set up with fakes and so on, and if there'll be adjustments like that when this map continues, when this map starts, in fact, as it continues, whatever. I can't wait to see what is happening. Where's the game? I've got no updates from production. Come on, talk to me. Communicate. The knife is live. Okay. All right. Thank you.
You work on comms.
Oh, we've got new odds to come. All right, then. Well, with that surprise win on Train, I think that's closer than the beginning.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's really damn close. So this is where I stand on Inferno right now. I feel like it's practically a 50-50. That's just my feeling, based on what I've seen in this vacuum of this particular game, and from my brief demo watching of Avangar on the previous Infernos we've seen this week. I just love how coordinated, and they're just a unit, man. They're an absolute unit.
They like to stick together and just use numbers and spacing and time in a lot of strats. I mean, it could work. It works a lot, but if you expect it, have crossfires, maybe bait setups, it could work against you if you don't change it eventually. If you keep doing it over and over, it's going to backfire eventually.
And here we are. Ninjas in Pajamas will be the one starting on the defense. So Gerard's picked up a HE grenade and a CZ75, which is interesting. Often you might find a CZ or a 5.7 in a place where you're expecting a rush, but it would often be accompanied by a smoke grenade. So the HE is curious, goes towards the tree, and James loses 50 HP.
Yeah, I've been going for that buy a lot recently as well. I know Ariel. I think Ariel from Ends, one of the Ends players, does it every single time.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, that is. Oh god, that's just like a scene from Kill Bill. Oh no.
A lot of melons were crushed right there.
That is really, really strong. Well, it's a pistol rounds. It's always possible to turn it around. Not looking to 2 Molotovs. There goes one. Lots of utility, and there's the backstabs. Fitch, can you finish it off? No. But Kika certainly can, and Forrest in a 1v3, so Dennis has made it slightly easier. Dennis doesn't have, Forrest doesn't have a kit there, so he's got to go in, but there it is. Buster with the 3k. It's very hard to respond to that.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's able to pull that off, too. That was ridiculous. How come I hear AWP shots?
Who's hacking? Why is it AWP shots?
Why do I hear AWP shots on a pistol? Who's cheating?
All right, Lecro's got a forward spawn, and he'll use the scout. Obviously, there won't be an AWP in this one, so it's a 50-50. He's got no Kevlar. Sees nothing, so he can't really call anything going towards Banana. Just set there as a jump past, and he won't stay there too long. 4 Mac 10s. Oh, the HE is glorious. Absolutely glorious. I'll never let go of old Inferno when Fox used to sit on that corner of an AWP and absolutely body people, and he never got double naded. Never. Well, until almost the map was completely gone.
Avangar came off worse from the double nade exchange because Keycoke went down to 15. So NiP win that little battle. Battle of the nades. Battle of the explosives.
A lot of Mac 10s on Avangar.
Yeah.
Explode here.
Into where they go. 3 players with no helmets, and one without a Kevlar entirely. It's a good workout against the force bite. Absolutely. There you go. Mac 10's underrated.
I love a Mac 10.
They're really, really good.
Get in their face, start jumping around.
Yeah, man.
Pretty accurate up close and jumping around.
Indeed. I always like to get the Mac 10 after, like when you're playing a pug or whatever, you win the pistol, and it's just nice to like get a Mac 10 and just like rush somewhere, especially in the pug because everyone just spreads out and they just get picked off and die. It's like you might as well just run in with the Mac 10s, because that's at least something everyone can do: run and hold mouse 1. Everyone can do that.
It's going to be pretty good for Vanguard not to lose anyone on this anti-eco. Actually, kind of a force spot from NiP. They did have pistol, armor, and a scout.
Yeah, these Mac 10s are really valuable.
They keep them again. If you die with a Mac 10, well, you just give up only a Mac 10, not a rifle.
This round they could just go up middle as well. But they probably wouldn't want to in case there's HEs, so maybe second mid to mid would be a good shout.
It would definitely be the safer play. No really reason to risk it this early in the game. 2-0. You know how good you are. You don't have to do risky stuff. Just keep it simple. Be basic.
The area is covered in fire. And the smokes begin, although this is the only smoke for Ninjas in Pajamas. But there will be a burst, so they're going to get some information. However, what can they really do with it? Only one person is towards the A-bomb site. It's Dennis with a P250, so he is going to die.
And he hears all this.
The split is beautiful. There we go. Now, with all these Mac 10s, NiP may want to hide and try to avoid giving the kill bonuses away to their opponent. They're chasing though. And that's plenty of money made. So I think in a lot of situations like that, the CT side would hide if they're aware of all the Mac 10s because they don't want to give that extra money to the Ts. On this occasion, it didn't happen. But anyway, here we are. 3-0 for Avangar. And then NiP's buy is being prepared.
I like the idea of keeping some Mac 10s. Really good at building space for the riflers, and on this map there's a lot of like nooks and crannies you can work with in apartments, middle, and stuff like that. So it's still viable against rifles. You just gotta do it together, peek together.
Exchange wanting to fight. Get right, having to fall back. Surely the Mac 10's being unleashed all over the place. And the CTs have been tagged up significantly. It's over a minute to go, and the Avangar can speed things up towards one of the bomb sites. They've gotten that one key kill, and that will, if they are fast, allow them to attack into just 2 players. But with that said, Get Right already in Speedway, and gets a tag onto Jame. That's a problem now. Jame has to worry about this flank. Drop the smoke to Get Right play past the smoke though. Not okay, now he has. Forrest still on the side. Here's the plant. Goes for it, denies it. Beautiful stuff from Forrest. And then returns back to his old position. But just enough time for Get Right to swing onto a smoke kill as well. Get Right's been amazing at the smoke kills this series so far. Now Fitch alone against 2 with still time and the bomb and an incendiary. Oh no. Oh dear, that's all gone wrong. And there's the trade from Lecro. And that will be the 1 rounds that NiP really needed. Stop that momentum straight away from Avangar.
I think if I was Rez, I'd be a little annoyed at this point in this series because I've never seen someone get naded so much. Especially at ladder room on train, he's getting naded almost every other round, just 2, 3 nades sometimes on him. And that round he's got double naded at car. The Vanguard, they have plenty of money to work with. And still picking up a Mac 10 from Sanji, so expect him to be more of an apartment house kind of a take. Getting up close and personal.
So I wouldn't be surprised for Avangar to slow things down to a halt. How long has this series been going on for? Wow.
Just a quick note, people, for anybody who's waiting for the Liquid MIBR game, we're not going to hold it up any time longer because this has been going on for quite a long time. So, Face It TV2 on Twitch. That game is about to start. There'll be no commentary, but as soon as this one's done, we will hop over to that one. So, apologies, but this has been quite the best of 3. So, get your dual streams open. But indeed, as soon as this one is over, we will hop on to Face It TV. Well, that won't come over here, so we can continue the Liquid MIBR game. 3-1 to Avangar here on Inferno. They have got plenty of smoke grenades which are being deployed. Some Molotovs as well. There's a counter molly which they'll try and do what they can. Flashbacks through the smoke. Blind players all over the place. Jumping through the smoke. The trades will favor Avangar. Forrest creeping with a Mag 7. 34 seconds on the clock. Which way will he choose to go? Top of the coffins. That will delay some. Dennis is the last man, but he isn't in a position really to do anything. He's got his knife out. He's standing on a little Vespa with his UMP. Can't get it started. Funk vehicle, not a thing at the moment. He may regret those sound cues.
Oh, that's rude.
The question is which of these best 3s will finish first? That's the question.
Now, Dan.
So we've had 2 overtime games, right? Did they go beyond 1 overtime? No, they were just both 1 overtime, right? Yeah. Gotcha.
Classic Vanguard, slow and steady.
Oh, I feel like we would be robbed if we didn't get a 3rd overtime. I feel like
3rd overtime for a triple OT.
That's how this must be decided.
A 3 for 3.
So Avangar have NiP off onto the back foot immediately in this one. I feel like Buster's 3K with the Glock is going to be the X factor of the game. If the Vanguard win. Because it has spurred on a Vanguard to have this incredible start on the T side, which is not the easiest thing to do.
Another slow round. Looking for any gimmicks, any pop flash plays. That's not a bad HE grenade. And a nice follow-up. Res taken out. 5 versus 3. May start feeling confident to collapse together onto one of these sides, but a bomb's still left at the bottom of T-ramp at the moment. Not a big deal though. You may end up winning by elimination. Send in players to clear out one of the sides. With all these pushes, they're still containing elsewhere. I think that was a team shot in the head.
Yep.
But the site has been taken. The bomb can rotate in. Now they've got Fit to cut off the rotators. Sanji may get a little aggressive with the Mac 10. Cows get right still alive. Kick at 1 HP now. That's kind of bizarre. Little situation on its own. Maybe pick up a Mac 10 and take the AK-47. Lecro finds himself with a headshot. Oh, it's Lecro, so I mean he's got nothing to lose really. Repositioning, exchanging positions. But it will be 5-1 for Avangar. Maybe with more losses than they might expect. Kikat's got to run for miles to get away from this. Lecro, how many is he good for? At least that stops the explosion.
Absolutely nothing.
So 5-1. Maybe back on the buy, but can they afford the full utility? I mean, I would like to see them. I would like to see them able to take over Banana properly. 5 M4s. You don't see that every day anymore.
Classic Swedish CS.
This looks like a weak buy to me because I'm just used to seeing Orgs. I feel like the M4 is a new FAMAS or something like that.
Feels that way sometimes. Still a good gun. Zog's that much better. And I like this aggressive play early in the round. Jamie just try to see if he can get a quick pick. You don't see that often too much on, well, especially Avangar, at least on Inferno, because you're susceptible to a lot of nades and Molotovs in that mid area. Jamie comes in unscathed.
So unfortunately for NiP, they invested a lot of utility in Banana, but then they just allowed Banana to be taken straight away. There's the play back into Banana. Beautiful. That is right. They had to do that. They had expended way too much to get nothing out of it. And they managed to convert with the pop flash play. Excellent stuff.
Did Giray shoot him through the smoke? I thought there's a smoke still
Maybe
up in the process, and they get randomly spammed to try to get them looking towards Banana, but he got a kill, luckily.
it's cool because, again, you know, they invested so much in Banana. Avangar immediately tried to retook Banana. NiP didn't really contest it at all. They're sitting on the bomb site, and then NiP decided, okay, you know what? We should really double down here. If we've got no utility, if we just allow them to execute into the site, we're probably screwed. So I like that they went for the pop flash play because they had to at least know where to rotate their players to, and they got the engagement they needed to win the round. So proactive play is really important in Counter-Strike, and we see that from NiP in this round. Avangar, I think the team that I don't think I've seen a team that saves on the T side as much as Avangar.
Yeah, it's changing names. You could almost think it's Navi.
It's an interesting one because one of the arguments to not do it as much on the T side is just because the CT economy is more fragile. It requires more investment. So if you take money away from them, it can really start to hinder their options.
Yeah,
utility-wise.
It's actually a pretty good play style. Like, it's always safer to play slow. Even if you don't win the round, it's always safe because of that point. People tend to peek more. They tend to use utility a lot earlier in the round to get map control. It's just, it takes a patient team to do it correctly. Like, everyone has to be in on the slow play.
Rez gets taken out towards Banana. Get right there, trying to hold control of things. Forced away though, back to the B bomb site. Fitch spamming. Somebody's on the roof, they could have been in trouble. James landing up his grenade over the half wall. Buster has a quick look. I like the tag through the wall just in case from James. An assist if needed. Avangar very, very weary of a potential flash play over the roof. But again, they took out a player towards B. But you never know if there are two more. Holding the angle. Beautiful stuff from James. Such a problem with the AWP. A smoke towards CT on the B bomb site, maybe inviting some counter grenades. Get nice isolated though. 30 seconds left and he'll be forced away from the bomb site. Does he go for some spray? It would concede his position. James still going for some wall bangs. Does he go for a coffin spray? He does. A little low. It is on the elevated position. He'll keep control of construction, but surely he wants to escape.
So another round for Avangar coming up. And indeed, the slow and steady style is working out really well for them.
Yeah, it's really good on this map when you're able to take control of bracket middle and Banana. It makes the CTs play so passive in both bomb sites if you're not being proactive. The only person you had from NiP in the middle was Lecro in the cubby spot, and Jamie smartly mollies off that cubby and takes him out. So I wouldn't be surprised if I see NiP being a little more proactive in the mid round, just trying to see if they could retake Banana or the brackets area once the Avangar kind of set up, peek around, throw some utility.
Full buy for both sides. So what NiP have to offer now? Will they fight for more control of the Banana position? Carpet bomb of Molotovs, double HEs towards the tree, but quickly Kiket will make his way there. I think he's been detected. Get right's crept through. He's gone beyond two players. There's the first one. Buster doesn't even know where he's been shot from. Seems like he does. The spray to burst. And there is Banana collected, enforced by Ninjas in Pajamas. Still got 4 players alive. Look at all the X's on Banana. Been very, very costly. But if I had to give up the arch position, Ninjas in Pajamas. Now, Fitch is looking for something towards Banana. If he fires a shot there, then Sanji may take them by surprise. In CT, you can see Get Right turning around. Probably, oh no, he is checking actually both sides, but then slowly backing back towards the B bomb site. Hello, and goodbye. That's a huge headshot from him. They know one player's on Banana. You've got to read that there's one player there. Fitch has to pick the right timing.
And there is a lot of time. And here he comes on a maneuver through the library. Positioning, though, from Forest should have this covered. And the spot is there. So now, let's leave it to Forest. Forest can hold his position. Sanji comes out, he's dead. Then it smartly repositions himself. Sanji trying to run distraction away now from library. And Forest is going for a look. Has Sanji actually nailed it here? Fitch is on the bomb site. He uses his headshot, but Forest dinks him. Dennis can follow it up, and it was a good attempt. NiP played it very well though. Rez will go down. So the money has been worn away here for NiP by Avangar somewhat, despite them winning some of these rounds. They're going to have to go for, well, they'll be going for obviously a full buy here, and I don't expect NiP will have too much left in the tank afterwards. So Avangar have set this up. They've weakened NiP's economy. And we're not really seeing the AWPs on NiP. We're not seeing the AUGs on NiP. They are so poor all the time.
Poor indeed.
They're being kept poor
That's
by the social elite.
That was incredible patience by NiP in that A bomb site not to rotate any of the 2 players at all. With like 15 seconds left, or like 20, 30 seconds left, and the kill and Get Right at B. Good patience.
Here we go again. Well, Lecro's done a job for Get Right on this occasion. HE towards the squeaky door, and there's a hole in Arch once more. Now, if this becomes a recurring situation for Avangar, ooh, he's had the sound cues. But Rez with the ding-dong, perfect aim from him. 2 bullets, 2 shots in the face. Avangar may continue to try and exploit that. Fitch taken out in the balcony. Avangar are struggling now. They've had an early lead, which is not the first time we've said that, but it's starting to disappear bit by bit. 1 minute, 2 versus 5. I feel a timeout coming.
Yep. It's crazy, isn't it?
It's going to be a save.
The 4th round that NiP will have won, 3 of which were timeouts. That's pretty crazy.
Classic Avangar.
I feel like I've never seen them play this slow, though.
Seems like the better they get, the slower they play.
Yeah, they're definitely wanting to keep that up on James. I don't blame them. He is pretty damn good with it. But you can see how being aggressive on Banana is so important for NiP. Like just making sure that they can force confrontation and pick up map control early on is critical against Avangar, because we can see that Avangar struggled to sort of develop the map after that point. That's been the consistent source of success for NiP.
Yeah, NiP being proactive in Banana is helping a lot. Diffusing. Avangar is trying to take control of Banana. If Avangar wants to push back NiP, they're going to have to put a little more resource towards that area. NiP's doing a really good job in that.
Triple molly. That was almost completely in unison. Well, it pretty much was, for what it's worth. I'm sure somebody will appreciate that. So we'll have to keep an eye on the Arch area. You can see the smoke there from Ninjas in Pyjamas. Maybe reading that Avangar have seen that Ninjas in Pyjamas have been leaving Arch open in multiple rounds. They'll put an early smoke up there to try and stop Avangar's plans. And indeed, there are a lot of people for Avangar, or they were, top mid. So I think they did have some intention there. Again, Avangar trying to adjust on their T side. It's just a brazen play through the smoke and it works. Will they charge straight into the B bomb site? With a play like that, you've got to assume that there's only one player towards that B area. The safety grenades just in case, but it seems they won't commit. I feel like they played like they had the reads, that there's a fair chance that there's one person on B, but they won't go all the way. But they've dumped practically all of their utility, and they will eventually. Everybody's here together now, so maybe waiting for the whole gang to be here. Lecro, that's a nice angle from him, and Rez has got another one, but no kill just yet. But there's no plant either. These smokes will soon be gone, so they better get their skates on.
And they have 0 utility remaining. Nice! Rez finds the headshot through the stained glass. And now it's a 3 versus 4 after plant, and James is everything here with the AWP. He's everything. They don't have utility. James has to connect shots. Oh, that's a big whiff. Another whiff comes in, and now it starts to feel pretty awkward because this space is getting very tight, but Kikert finds himself a quick double. What else can he do? He gets 3. It's not enough, though. Rez swings in at the end, and that'll be the 5th round for NiP.
Jamie was in a spot to get a kill, but if he didn't hit that shot, then he put himself in a really awkward spot, and that was the risk of trying to take the CT spawn shot from the water area.
He had 2 shots, which I feel like he hits so often, and they didn't connect.
It looked like he was right on him. Sometimes you just get CS:GO'd.
Well, a victory not by timeout. Lecro going for the mid peak. It feels like NiP are sort of taking control of this game now. More pressure towards Banana, big damage done to Kikert, forcing their way forwards. I love how Avangar is such a dangerous team and how they've been grinding for so long. And how legitimate they are, these days. Like they're so, I think that they're one of those teams that are just genuinely difficult for anyone. We saw in the first week, I think it was, in the semi-final, Astralis versus Avangar, and Avangar almost won. It was really, really, really close. This is a very dangerous team. And here comes the peek. Rez is super ready for that one. Maybe not the second one, though. But Get Right surely is.
Oh my god.
It's really hard to fight the Orc. The Orc is very consistent.
They are getting eaten up like baby food. Great round for Ninjas in Pyjamas. Only Rez taken out. Puts them in a better spot for the remaining few rounds. And Avangar are in eco territory. How much will they spend, Avangar? Oh, they're not in eco territory, apparently. They are in the double AK, 3-pistol, 4-spy territory, more or less. Well, it's a half-buy, but I think that you have got to get a bomb plant. With a buy like this, you have to get a bomb plant. That has to be one of their goals. I mean, obviously they're playing to win the round, but absolute worst case scenario has got to be a bomb plant. And a certain number of frags. Now, it has been almost terrifying for them to venture into Banana. Had these forward plays from Ninjas in Pyjamas in a number of occasions. They've got a deep smoke as well. Lekra is waiting with the AWP. He's been enjoying this. He'll be smoked off from his position. Normally, if they wanted to take top mid, they would have had to run through that straight into the crosshairs of whoever that is on the short position. I think it's Dennis.
And not having much utility when they smoke arch like that, and they can't use their arch smoke because of the counter utility from the CTs. Now they have no smokes left. So that was a really awesome delay from Letcro. Because now there's what options do Avangar even have to breach a choke point? They don't really have options to breach choke points except to run through them with numbers. And those numbers are moving towards B, and Get Right coming to reinforce the B bomb site. So NiP look pretty well set up for this. It's going to require some pretty strong swings from Avangar.
Flashbang goes to the middle of the site, but it doesn't really cover the coffin position, which is where they all die from. So that is something to be reviewed. If it was more above the fountain, it would be harder to avoid, although still it's a case of crouching. But especially scoped in with an AUG, the scope may actually obscure his vision from the flash coming in. But yeah, just an easy jiggle to the left, and that flash does nothing to Get Right, who crushes, well, some of them. Rez will manage the rest. Anyway, now we're on the full 4-spy. It's like a half 4-spy and a full 4-spy. So Avangar creating new terms for us, new situations that demand new terms anyway. Expectant of to play through the smoke, I guess. But oh, they've got the alternate HEs for that exact spot. They are avoided though, and Bust will make his way back, but there's no variance for Ninjas in Pyjamas, only frags.
The fact that Get Right's able to escape without even being touched, it's a bad sign for Avangar. Because now both NiP players can just sit back in the site and crossfire, and you see Get Right still coffins. It's been a problem for Avangar to really conquer this, so wouldn't be surprised seeing the smoke. Or not.
Tries to take a deeper, like a slide off angle for the coffins, doesn't work out. Some good damage done there by Rez. In comes Lekra as well. Oh. He actually got a frag through that to the headshot earlier in the match. So not much to do whilst the smokes are up. They'll be gone soon enough though. There it is. And now it's time to go in. Is that for Paul? Yes, it is. And that will force one out to Rez. Oh, no. He was fed that kill, but it will be Forest to finish it off. They have to move in now, though, because the bomb is getting very, very close to detonation. And the utility is doing a good work, but they have to follow it up with the frags. And he's going to get out on the bomb. Forest... Well, Sanji, there's no time. Everyone dies.
You can see Forest trying to get max value from a suicidal situation. He kind of knew as much as you can you're not going to win the round, but just try and guarantee everybody has a tombstone left after them.
If Rez gets that kill that he set up to get, they win the round, NiP.
I was about to say that if he got the kill, because NiP had so much Molotovs, they had like 3 or 4 Molotovs retaking that B bomb site, and so that was a huge, huge advantage for NiP. It's just that one kill kind of fell down like dominoes.
Yeah.
Well, how about this? Special for the last round of the first half. They're all lining up. 1-2. Almost a beautiful transfer. 3 versus 2 with a minute 35 on the clock. The bomb is in the hands of Buster. Fitch trying to even the numbers. Switching out for an M4A4. And the position will be taken by Ninjas in Pyjamas thanks to the molly. They still have res on Banana. They don't have res on Banana anymore.
It's a good smoke from Fitch, like a fast one on Arch. Really creates a lot of questions. I like how he decides to just walk straight through it. That's really brave. But
He got mega baited because Dennis ran off from Arch and Get Right's just standing there. So he thinks the position is free, but no.
yeah, I like it. Ooh. 14 HP Buster. Nope. It's a Deagle, no less. Just throws the Deagle bullets in there. All right, well, that's 8-7 for NiP. Very close half. Avangar was owning it for the first half of the first half.
Yeah. But then again, NiP adjusting and just really coming back. It's been a thing. It's what they've been doing.
Indeed. We're going to halftime at halftime. We'll see you in second half after the halftime. Goodbye. The second half after half time, that's where we are. Ninjas in Pyjamas on the T side. Flash, smoke, and HE grenade for both Forest and Electro, brought in a different order and displayed accordingly. Alright then, the early ones this time, they do minimal damage. They do 0 damage. Kika has himself a smoke grenade. We've got 4 players for Avangar towards B, but only 2 on the site. And Fitch is holding a rotation.
Oh, no.
Oh, Kika, the panic, he's missed it all. James doing what he can, but now he's behind the smoke. Sanji, he's got to be patient. There's lots of jumping. It's Super Mario Brothers for Dennis. He's got a SNES pad, and he's found himself a big golden question mark. He's got the one-up. One-up screen, actually. Never mind. James and Fitch. Everything slows down. NiP have no pressure to plant the bomb. They know the CTs are going to be somewhere. James continuing to edge forward. Maybe feeling vulnerable because he's covering 2 places, the front of B and construction. So far, so good. It's gone a little wrong, though, for Fitch. James spots one. I'm sure they'll want to double peek. He may not give them the opportunity. It's a dance. It's a jiggle. And Lecro with pistols. Pretty damn good. NiP moved to 9.
Well, you stack 4 in the bomb site and you still lose. I don't know what else to say.
Pistol
Whoa.
round.
Shots fired.
Pistol
Literally.
round. Yeah.
And this is what I wanted to see so that we have an even sort of more competitive game, because it's never nice when one team wins by pistols. It's never nice. But NiP must replicate what Avangar have done on their first half, which was pretty good on the CT side after winning the pistol. And we have HEs to sail down the banana position with a delay. Looking for the info before the throw. And bombs away! And you have not sunk any battleships with those.
Rez got naded. He's always getting naded by these guys. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
He's always
Shell
getting-
shocked
He's
from
always
train, Stockholm Syndrome. Those were awesome. So Vanguard moved towards the A bomb sites, and NiP, they're on a pilgrimage. They have formed an orderly queue. They've got the leather sandals on. Quietly, politely moving in, not wanting to disturb the old ladies. A bottle of wine? Oh, what's that cloth? Oh, there's so much fire. The B bomb site is cleared bits by bits. We have a rotation. There's a CT molly as well. That's a lot of money to throw into the B bomb site on an eco round, where you basically have nothing else to offer in any kind, and there's SMGs around. I would just keep it at that point.
Well, Avangar has a history, and a lot of teams have been force buying on the second round when they lose pistol. So if they ran the bomb site without maybe throwing Molotovs, and they had like pistol armor or maybe even a scout, possibly, it could have been disastrous. So it's one of those risks where maybe it's worth spending all the Molotovs because of the meta of force buying on the second round almost every single time now, especially like a map like Inferno. It's really easy to buy on the second round because of all the nooks and crannies and close quarter combat.
You mean third round?
That was second round. Second round.
Oh, sorry, ignore me. My brain is... when you said easy to buy in the second round, I thought you meant easy to buy in the third round as in the buy.
Yeah.
Maybe I caught half the conversation. I don't know. Ninjas in Pajamas have a 3-round lead. The SMGs continue on 3 of the players. The MP7... Actually, a quick note. It's not relevant, but when we move to Liquid MIBR, the second map is Vertigo, so there will be some discussion to be had about the MP5. Maybe actually has an additional use over there, but at least for the time being. In the current meta, if you could call it that. Anyway, Vanguard and Ninjas in Pajamas. Buster running through the flames. A shot. Not sure what James can see. Really hard looking through Molotov flames with a scope. Can get you killed long range. Now what? A minute 15. Avangar ready to put 4 people on the B bomb sites as well again. Jame and Fitch are in CT spawn, but they've got no grenades, they've got no flashbangs, there's no flash for Paul or anything, which is a problem. Buster's the only person with a flashbang on the B bomb site, and he is, I think, in first oranges. So it's so powerful if you've got somebody by the well who can throw a flash. The only other person with flashes is Sanji, and he's on A. So it's just about the dry peaks and the flicks. James, so far so good. Running distraction. Look at all the frags for Avangar. It is a deletion by Avangar. They've only lost Keycurt. Ding dong. And that is Lecro taken out. That's a wipeout. That is not enough damage from Ninjas in Pajamas.
Yeah, and they may have not expected Jamie to have an AWP in B as well, because they tried a wide swing and gets an easy free pick before any of the flashes. So if I was NiP, if I'm going to invest all that utility at taking that B bomb site, you're throwing smokes, you're throwing Molotovs. I mean, throw some flashes over too before you peek. I mean, why not? You're already kind of giving away that you're hitting B at that point, or at least attempting to hit B. What would a couple flashes do? Oh, he's burning.
Ooh, considering the gamble. He's just not done with this. Oh, is it worth the risk? Is it really worth the risk to do things like that? It's like an overexcited child.
Oh,
of course
goodness.
He still gets the kill. Come on, man. What is going on? That is completely ridiculous. High risk. He just doesn't want to give it up. He's bloodthirsty. He's like a dog with rabies. He just wants to bite. you wished for more. You just love to see big damage grenades. That was not one of them. Flashbang towards the arch area. A take from Ninjas in Pyjamas, but they're behind a smoke. Fitch won't move too much because he is at advantage. Another flash. Forrester's got to go around.
Oh,
Fitch
whoa.
just about. I don't know what that second kill was. It's a 3 versus 2 for Avangar. A bizarre flurry of kills from James and his teammate Fitch. Now Sanji's in the pit with all full range. The MP9 Electro closes it, but he's got a better weapon. Shoots him in the face. 2v2. Buster and James on a retake.
Execution from Lecro. Crosshair placements on points, timings on points. And what's not on point is this situation for James. It sucks. Let's be honest. It absolutely sucks. But James, he can do a lot with very little, and he's going to make his way forward. He's got to start gambling now. He can't check everything. He has to get into the mind of Get Right. Where would Get Right be? But it seems as though he's going to give up the Ghost, wants to keep the AWP in hand for the next round, where it will have more impact.
That's so weird. They gave up that one-on-one. I mean, he had plenty of time. There's a rifle in front of him. And this is actually the second time in the series alone that I've seen Jamie not pick up a rifle in a one-on-one situation with lots of time. He preferred to have AWP. And that's kind of dangerous because you only have one shot and then you're dead at that point. So and it's harder just to wide swing corners so safely.
I guess, you know, I kind of respect it to some degree because they obviously feel like it seems like they have this protocol where they really protect him having an AWP as much as possible. And I can see it because look at this now. They have the AWP. If he went for it and failed, they wouldn't have this. They can play around it. They've got just one pistol, but otherwise it doesn't look too horrendous. There's some nades. So maybe, you know, that one AWP can have an implied positive effect. Lose that one round, but keeping it maybe wins you a couple more. We'll have to see if that's the case.
Not quite Khaleesi, is he? Man advantage for Avangar. They have outmaneuvered Rez with utility grenades towards short, perhaps? Surely there's a flashbang. No, it's a dry peek, and James is in position to punish them for doing so. The insolence, the sheer hubris to peek James. And now Fitch will do the same. Dry peeks in every direction from Ninjas in Pyjamas. Do you know what dry peeks leaves you with? Crackly skin. Get Right with the bomb in CT spawn. Off angles being held by Avangar. Buster, the only person towards B. Kick it left at 4 HP. But Buster surely just has too good a position, which, I mean, he could be in any position, basically. They know Get Right's in CT spawn. He knows that as well. 32 seconds, though. He's waiting for an eventual peak. Someone's got to be coming in his way from somewhere. There are still 3 people top mid for Avangar. Kika's rotating now from the library position, so they're considering all their options. That molly will activate a full rotation. The site itself has been abandoned. There's nowhere safe to actually plant the bomb. And guess what? It's Kika all the way from library around the world to Banana to get the final kill.
Indeed. Casually planting in your own Molotov. All right. So do we have any updates on the scores for the other game? Because we'll be obviously jumping over that eventually. I think you guys, there is a face at TV2 for you guys to watch that. But if you want to stay tuned in, and this one, the update is
it's 10-5 MIBR.
10-5 MIBR ahead, playing Mirage. That's the first map against Team Liquid. For those of you that have stuck with us through this one, we love you.
Thank you.
Kika go with a push! And that is a timing Rez was not expecting, and here comes the rest of the team. They are angry, they've lost one of theirs, and they want to take an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Oh my god. This is pretty brutal. Jane looks like he'll get away with it, and he's going to re-peek this for days. Another re-peek? No. Alright, well, his teammates will be covering him now, so... Ooh, Jane trying to save himself.
Oh my god. Oh no.
The clothesline. And there's a chance, there's loads of time. They've got an AWP post-plant somewhere on the site. Where is it? I don't know. Somewhere in that smoke. Maybe they don't even know.
Oh, Forrest could get killed by a smoke grenade. I want to see it. It's not going to go there. But You just love when that thing kind of happens, although I'm sure he would hate it. I'm sure he would love the AWP right now with that 1 HP. Lecro, though, has been a dab hand, and he's been AWPing pretty much all series long. Most shots hit, some shots missed. He's gone for the explosive ones pretty well as well. That bomb is very far ticked. Oh, look at the flick, Lecro, you animal! So close to the second one. Forrest only has to hide. That's it. He just needs to hide, but he'll do more than that. And he will keep NiP in winning ways. The bomb won't go off. He will survive. Collects the AWP as well.
Wow.
That was a Vanguard's round to win right there. Getting that first pick, I was going to mention.
Oh my God. It's fallen tier. It's off. It's through the scope. It's beyond the scope.
I was going to say that, you know, Vanguard playing so slow throughout the whole series, you know, as Dan mentioned earlier, it kind of makes the other team lull, you know, slow down, maybe caught off guard. And that's what Vanguard did. They caught off guard NiP with that first kill. And then they just lost a bunch of pistols. I hate to see it.
Now NiP will take things slow. This is their time to abuse the ravaged economy of Avangar with only an AWP to speak of in the hands of James. And NiP can progress up Banana unaccosted. And they will do so. And that's a position gained for them. James will have a curious look down top, from top middle down to lower, and the timing here. They're coming back to go for top mid take for the defaults. With all the map control, they've left one in Banana. Lecro is taking a shot. They found out what the AWP is now. You've got to be so careful. You're playing into the AWP, you're playing into the pistols in the apartments now. This is where things can go wrong.
Doomed. Fate is sealed. Rotation from Ninjas in Pyjamas towards the B bomb site. 33 seconds remain. The footsteps will be heard. But what can be done about them? Sanji's only got a USP. Buster has a P250. And on his P250 goes through the smoke, looking for the 180. And the site has been cleaned. It's been razed. They've burned it to the ground. And it's another situation where James has to hold on to an AWP. Seems like a familiar story from previous maps, but we're getting down to the clutch scenario now. As I understand it, if Avangar were to win today, then Ninjas in Pyjamas would need to win next week in order to make it to LAN. But if Ninjas in Pyjamas win, then I think they are free. I'm just going to read this piece of paper.
I feel like Avangar...
Yeah, so if NiP win today, they're guaranteed the 4th ECS final spot, as long as they participate in week 5, which they are scheduled to play.
I feel like Avangar has made so many deep runs. They have to have so much money already as well.
Yeah, they're one of the teams that are up there.
Yeah, if Avangar win this match, the only team that can stop them next week is NiP if NiP win next week, which Avangar are not playing in.
Avangar not scheduled to play next week.
Correct.
Oh. Oh.
So they must win.
Ooh.
Ooh. Well, they are 3 rounds away potentially from devastating failure. Catastrophic circumstances. They've had so many close runs in the weeks as well. So you got to make it count now. Well, NiP are here to deny them. They are 3 away from making this a big victory. And the grenades exchange on Banana is a familiar sight on Inferno. As NiP begin to work on top mid once again. James waits patiently with the AWP, and he might spot a barrel.
They're going to dry pick again, aren't they?
Friction burns for all.
Oh, he's waiting for... Okay, there's a flashbang, finally. They've only got 2 more flashbangs remaining. Fitch gets out of the corner just in time. Ooh, this could be nice. It's all right. I'll take that. May have a part to play later on. Flashes for the CTs, and James retakes his position. After all that utility dump, NiP haven't really gained so much. That's their last Molotov. They still have flashes, but again, we've got some issues here for Ninjas in Pyjamas because they've forced the CTs back from top mid, so the CTs don't have the information, but NiP don't have the utility to really execute into a site.
was going to say, Rez needed to flash Banana. The one flash, it always sends the player back pretty much. He's playing like that. It's forced a rotation. Now they can go back to A. But Rez has to try and sell it on B, keep that rotation away. Although he's going to go for the other option, which is just to join the push, which is okay as well. There's a trade from GetRight. What a critical trade. GetRight himself is traded, but they've gotten rid of Jane, which is very important, but they need to get the kills. Forest with a swing onto Pit, and also Rez onto site will be successful, leaving a 2 versus 2, and just enough time for the bomb. My God, by the skin of their teeth, and now Fitch creeps through the smoke on Moto. Is his position unexpected? He's going all the way deep. The trade's in. Forest has max HP, as does Buster, but the weapon advantage, the position advantage is with Forest in this critical round. The kit, the flash, Buster's waiting for it, and Forest has no idea exactly where he's coming from, but he's out in the open, and Forest nails it. I can't believe how close this round was.
That was so close. And NiP almost looked like they're going to lose it there with the exchanges and setup by Avangar. But Forest coming in huge, and just exchange kills towards the end of that round was just so big.
It's enormous.
Gigantic.
All right, Avangar are in a lot of trouble now. They've gone for the force buy, and the force buy sucks. Sanji hasn't bought. Can we just see the money again, please? What is that? Sanji has a USP. Is he on a different Discord?
He's dropping an op next round. I don't know. That's weird.
It's like
He may be, but that is quite...
It's like they were watching our demos from yesterday.
That's quite a calculation. Oh, that's quite some damage that's been done in the arch position. Can that be followed up upon? James, oh, he sprays. He heard the reloads. There are 2 players there. Now look at the HP. This is a very weird situation. It could be the darkest timeline for Ninjas in Pajamas. They've got 4 players who barely have any health, but they have position, and that could mean everything. Kika and Buster have $5,000 of bits and bobs that they could use next round when they get another crap buy.
Wow.
Try and get everything out of it. Pick up the 5-7 and slowly back away.
I'm just doing 49...
78.
69.
The bottom 4 for NiP have 78 combined health.
Yeah, that's incredible. So slightly more than Rez. Oh, wow. That's pretty amazing. The thing is, Sanji got a dink with his USP. If he had pretty much any other pistol, he would have gotten the kill. I think it was actually Forest that he dinged, so maybe not. He would have needed... But if he had like a PT-50, he probably gets the kill.
It is match point Ninjas in Pajamas.
Oh, that's why Sanji says so he could drop the orb for James this round.
But that's also kind of like playing to lose in a way. I don't know. Maybe.
Okay, that's quite a calculation they've done to put that buy in, and they've still got M4A4s. Respect. That's way too much maths for me.
But as you said, like if he had a pistol or a gun, he may have gotten killed. Could have swung the round in some way. It's like you kind of have to think the what ifs at that point.
What aboutism?
Even an honest P250. Game of millimeters, never mind the inches. Rez has been exploded. Vanguard needs 6 rounds in a row. I have no expectations, especially after the train we saw. Flashbang for a balcony burst. There's 1, there's 2 from Forest. A very fast response as they know that Avangar are focused on holding the banana position. What could Fitch do really? Doesn't have the range with the auto shotgun. And they've been smoked off in the arch area. Avangar mostly out of position. Forest, he's walking into the shotgun, but the trade is there from Dennis.
Maybe the best amount of damage you can expect out of the auto shotgun, at least 1. You get some value from that. But Sanji's been lost on the boost. Whoa. Okay. Well, they have to go for it. There is no choice. 3 versus 3. Finally, NiP evening it up, making it even better. Dennis doing the damage that he can. And he's got the info for the team as well as GetRight gets himself up towards Graveyard. He clambers into position. A very intense 2v2. The timing is everything. And it's up to Lecro. 5 HP! See you later. I can't believe they made that one work.
I wish GetRight was in a better spot in that situation. He was such an awkward post plant. He had to walk from Graveyard to site, and he missed the shot of the guy coming through the smoke. Just unfortunate. It's like you had the game in your hand in a way. You let it slip.
Man, Keycut needs a medal, like an honorary strongman competition medal or something for like pulling his teammates over the line in some of these spots. He's done so much damage.
I think all 3 games he's been top fragged for Vanguard.
He has been full beast mode.
Five more rounds for Avangar. There's a few more buys here for Ninjas in Pyjamas, though, so the pressure won't be going anywhere. Their buy has improved. 2 Orcs, the M4A4. Sanji with the MP9. Spotting in apartments. They've held on to a fair amount of utility at this point of Vanguard. I love the response. NiP's reads of the games this week on their T sides have been amazing, but this isn't the right read, but he's still alive to pre-fight because he knows James coming for him. Get right manages to escape. So 5 versus 3. This is a bad spot. Buster caught with a grenade in his hand. There are so many man waiting to trade. And now they'll charge up towards the B bomb site. Get right still here to cut people off and just delay the grenade.
Fitch.
James and Fitch. Fitch is chasing. He's got to be careful about how fast he chases. Eventually he'll be heard. Someone's going to turn around eventually. There's cuts him to pieces. That's the bomb. Smokes off Banana. He's alone now. 1 versus 3. Bombs collected. HE's. Oh, he kind of runs towards the HE. Has he got an angle? Almost double peak. Backing off now. There's Forrest. Almost a transfer. But it won't quite be. 16 to 10 for Ninjas in Pyjamas. They make it to LAN. Off to London they go. Nando's point has been achieved.
NiP coming out with the win. They look so crisp on Inferno. Their timing and space was so good. It was just too much for Vanguard to handle.
Absolutely gutting for Avangar. As I said, they've come so close and so they've played every week. And for it to be the case that for the only week they can't play, if they would play that week, they would qualify. That's got to feel really, really sucky for them. But credit to NiP. NiP have had to have made a lot of improvements very recently to be able to achieve this. And so credit to them for doing that and to showing a new NiP for really earning their spot as well.
That was hype. That was cool. That was a good match of Counter-Strike. It was a good series. They won each other's picks, went to the last map, and NiP took it over the line. The stronger team, I think, won. NiP have been great with their T-side reads. I believe we have a HyperX play of the game. So let's see what it is. I swear to God, if it's pistols.
It's going to be Glock. You know it.
Buster 3
X-Factor play of the game.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Beautiful.
Get right, let's do this.
To put the smoke out and bait the peak in the first place was fantastic. James just kind of threw that away. God knows what he was up to. But it was a solid, very important round for Ninjas in Pyjamas. I think that it may have been seen crossing to this position, but he was still ready. Such a tight angle, but he's got the shadow advantage as well.
And
Beautiful stuff.
the right eye peak, James.
Yeah, that as well. Marvelous. All right, so we're going to be going over to MIBR versus Liquid. I believe there's... Oh, that game's over. Okay, so they finished... I guess MIBR won that one then? All right, so we're going to a break. 16-6 for MIB leaderboard. Oh, okay, so we can do the rest of this. All right, I thought we were going straight in that match, but never mind. So this is the current prize money situation, and Avangar aren't in next week's tournament, which means that they can no longer qualify for LAN. NiP are sitting on the cash, and they're sitting on some plane seats as well, some plane tickets. Maybe they take a boat, wouldn't recommend it, long way from Sweden. But congratulations to them. More money to play for in the next week here in Europe. That's awesome. Congratulations to all concerned. Man, I need to... All my cards in the wrong place now. I thought, okay, we're going straight into the other match, but they're between maps at the moment, so that's all well and good. Again, so Ninjas in Pyjamas will be in London, the SSE Arena. The tickets are available. Get down there. Give them your support. We need some Lecro Deeg signs, because he's been an animal with those constantly. And the AWP as well. Since when was Lecro that explosive? He's got more flicks than the Oscars. What the hell's going on? ECS.faceit.com, that's where you can pick up some tickets for the finals, don't forget. Student discounts are available as well. Maybe there are other, maybe there's pensioner discounts. If you're a pensioner, let me know. I'll give you a discount. God damn it. Just send the tweets if you are aged and you want to go to LAN. Never too late. So I guess with that, we will go to a break. Congratulations to Ninjas in Pyjamas. When we're back, it's going to be Vertigo with Liquid and MIBR. See you soon.